Hello good people, my name is Sam and thank you for joining me in this video. What I want to do just briefly in this video is give you a breakdown of my assets in an attempt hopefully to give you another perspective on from another person on what they've invested in and what their portfolio might look like, and hopefully it can encourage you to take either your first steps or to keep going along in your investment journey. And yeah, all the best. So what I want to start with first of all with is a high level breakdown of my assets, okay? And the biggest holding here is real estate. Currently I've got 61% of my portfolio. And I guess where I live in Melbourne in Australia, real estate is the safest investment, is what people say. And it's been proven time and time again. Not to say that it can't change, tomorrow or the day after, but it is the safest option. And they say every 10 years, the property prices in Australia double, depending on what city and what area, but average is usually double every 10 years. And even though they might drop by 10, 20%, in a year or during a recession, eventually they'll go up, right? So that's why I've got my biggest holding in real estate. The second part is stocks, okay? So stocks should probably make up your second biggest holdings after real estate, or they should be probably about the same. Stocks are, if you buy the right stocks, they're considered safer over the long term compared to other volatile, commodities or securities that you can buy. But for me, it's 36%, and I'm currently happy with where it sits at the moment. And the next slide, I'll break down my stocks and where I've invested. Lastly, cryptocurrency. I love crypto, and I've only got 3% in it, but I do plan to increase it a lot more in the next couple of months to years. For me, it's the highest risk, and it's not just for me, it is a fact, right? It's the highest risk out of real estate and stocks, okay? It can have massive gains, so there's huge potential in crypto, and that's why I like it, as well as the technology. So things can go up, stocks can go up by 10% average in a year, right? At least the index, if you want to follow that. With crypto, 10% can happen in a day, right? If you pick the right crypto, 10%, 50%, even 100% in a single day, let alone weeks and months. But because it goes up pretty high, pretty quick, it can come down very quick as well. It's highly volatile. But I do like crypto and has a special place in my heart, I guess. Even though I've lost some considerable money in crypto. But I have learned from my mistakes, and I'm hoping the next bull run, I ride that wave with the other investors out there, and hopefully we can make good returns. So in terms of my stock breakdown, the biggest holding that I have is CSL. And the reason for this is that I currently work, and I've been working at CSL for more than 10 years. And I've been slowly buying stocks of CSL. And I guess a disclaimer, this is not to suggest that you should go buy CSL stocks. But they are considered blue chip by the industry, and they have been proven to be resilient and profitable over time. You won't see massive gains over time, but you will see consistent growth over time. Okay. Again, anything can happen with any company. It can drop suddenly tomorrow. Who's to say, right? But that's the reason why I've got 99%. It's because I've been buying stocks over 10 years. And my other holdings, so I got some cash in my portfolio ready to use. But in addition to cash, I've got very small amounts of everything else listed here. So Amazon, Nvidia, Dropbox, Meta, Google, Tesla, an index fund, VTI, which is the total US stock market index, VTI, and Apple. Okay. So let me move on to the next slide, because this is without my CSL holdings. Okay. So hopefully it gives you a more realistic breakdown of my portfolio, at least if you omit CSL. Okay. So I've got 2% in Apple, 3% in Amazon, 1% in Dropbox, Nvidia is 5%, Meta is 1%, Google 5%, Tesla 10%, VTI 6%, and the rest is just cash. Okay. So I do like all these stocks. Dropbox, I might get rid of it. It's not a, I'm not really highly motivated about it. But regardless, the rest are quite good. And I won't go through them here in this video as to why I've chosen them. I mean, there's a lot of information out there on the internet and YouTube and Yahoo Finance, whatever you want to look up. And maybe in a separate video, I'll do a video like this. But this is essentially my breakdown of my stocks. And I'm fairly happy with it. But I am slowly using up this cash. So I'm putting more cash in my portfolio, but as well as dollar cost averaging. So DCA, slowly buying a little bit of stocks over time, every week, every fortnight, wherever you may have, $10, $50, $100, wherever you can afford, and that you're willing to lose in case it goes down to zero. That's what I'm currently doing. I'm using this cash to slowly buy these stocks, especially right now with everything, reduced in terms of prices. And it's not to say that it can't go down any lower, and it might next couple of months. Who knows when the recession hits, as everybody says. But if you buy at these lower prices, you're already getting a good bargain, I would think. But please do your own research. Read books, look at the stock market, watch other influencers or analysts, and don't take any person's word for truth. Right? Do your own research and get as many views as you can, and hopefully you can then use your logical thinking and narrow it down and make your own decision. So moving on to my favorite sector of my portfolio, crypto. And the reason I love crypto is because the technology is relatively new. It's in its early phase. There's a lot of potential growth in the next couple of years, decade. And for me, I think I'm not going all in, putting all my money, but there is a lot of potential with this. So that's why I'm trying to grow this portfolio slowly over time. So currently, USDT, stablecoin, I've got 16% in that, ready to be used to slowly buy cryptos during this bear market, as you call it. Bitcoin, the biggest holding, I won't go into why. I mean, if you're not well informed of this, again, do your own research, but Bitcoin is the biggest and the main crypto out there, the oldest as well. So definitely makes sense to have that, in addition to all the fundamentals and benefits that it has in terms of, to be used as a currency in the future, potentially, store of value, all these things. Okay. Some more cash to be used and to deploy to buy more cryptocurrency. Shiba Inu, 13%. Now, a lot of people would laugh at me for having 13% of my portfolio in Shiba Inu, and I agree. I think it is a big risk, and it's probably one of the most riskiest cryptos. Although over the past year or so, a lot of people are holding it long term. So I guess a lot of people have or believe in it long term in its future. And there's a lot of things happening with it in terms of the metaverse, the layer 2 blockchain that they developing, and hopefully they'll release soon. Shiba Swap, NFTs, all these different things. There's a lot of things happening with this project, so that's why I've got 13% in Shiba Inu. So let's keep going. Ethereum, 8%. Again, I won't go through each of them in detail. Polygon, Cardano, XRP, Polkadot, Avalanche, Phantom, and Algorand. And I used to have some Solana, which I sold. Probably shouldn't have sold it, but with the whole debacle with FTX and what else is happening there, I decided just to liquidate and sort of put my money elsewhere in these other cryptocurrencies. And that's essentially it. So hopefully you found this interesting and you got another perspective from another person. I know a lot of people who invested in crypto 5-6 years ago have millions worth of crypto. For me, I started in April 2021, and if you're interested, go back and watch my other video where I talk through my journey and the steps that I've taken over time, and hopefully there's a nice motivational thought experiment there for you to learn from, and hopefully it resonates with you if you have lost a lot of money like I have coming into crypto late, buying at the top. there is a lot of future for us, and so don't lose hope. Be motivated, and have the courage to take your first steps if you haven't invested. And also think smart. Don't put all your money. And all the best. Hopefully, you and I will come at the top in the next couple of months, years, when everything changes and the bull market hits us. Cheers, and thank you very much.